Majesty, I told you this morning that we would do a piece on the recorder, borrowed from Elizabethan England. But here's the thing. Somehow, my music and my recorder didn't make it. One is solved by my lack of nearsightedness, for at least this year. The other one was harder to solve. And then I remembered. I play recorder. And you don't have to be nice. Who plays recorder? No, not you. I mean in the world. Don't be nice. Who plays recorder? Children! Children! Which means, it's very offensive to any recorder player, but it is true. And it means that you can find a $5 plastic recorder in any store, in any town. So do I have a cherry red plastic see-through recorder? Yeah! We're gonna do this. All right, now let's talk about the piece. So, taking ourselves back to Elizabethan England, she sends the Earl of Essex to Ireland to deal with some problems there, to deal with some rebellion, whatever. I don't know. He doesn't do it. That's the important part. He instead just sits over there and collects rent. So she's very mad. She sends for him to come back. And he's worried, you know, Tudor England, he might not make it. So he sends a letter, and his letter pleads for her forgiveness. Can she excuse my wrongs? And what happens is that John Dowland, the lutest in court, puts his entire letter to music and sings it in court to make fun of him. Everybody has a great laugh, and the Earl of Essex is in prison. And what we got out of it was a great lute song. It's one of the most famous songs from Elizabethan England. So now, we've borrowed a song from a letter. And a couple decades later, tragically out of period, something I never really want to forgive this person for. But Jacob van Eyck in Holland is a person who listened to music his entire life. He listened to the music of the street, the music that people were making around him, including the most famous song from a few decades before, Can She Excuse My Wrongs? And he would play the recorder, and he would variate on those songs. And then, come a few decades into his life, Jacob van Eyck succumbed to the dangers of his profession, for he made the bells in every church in the Netherlands. Jacob van Eyck became deaf. And so he went and he played recorder he could not hear to the masses on the streets of Utrecht. And one person decided, I don't even know who it was, it's not written down. Somebody, thank God for that, wrote down all of his pieces and produced the largest solo repertoire for any instrument ever. There are so many pieces, and therefore, amateurs. The comment I've seen is, people must have been really good in 17th century Utrecht. But here we go. The song is named Excusemoy. It is borrowed from Can She Excuse My Wrongs, which was borrowed from the Earl of Essex letter to Queen Elizabeth. If you will, there are 3 sections to this song. I can only fit 2 on my phone. After the second, there will be a brief pause as I scroll. On the plastic $5 recorder, because any great champion should be able to produce an instrument from the ether. now we're going to make it a little spicier.
Oh. Ooh.
Here's the part where I have to move it on my phone. Mode 3, where we get even spicier. Close this up. Thank you very much.
On a brand new instrument.
I will not question his honor and integrity, but I don't know if he bought that at the store today. That's
Peter, did you purchase that at the store this morning?
I did.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, this space is also magical for.
That's why
Yeah,
it's
way that.
That's why it's red.